The modern industrial system has made possible great human achievements in many areas, but it has also brought about grave and deepening crises. The global environment is being significantly degraded and is now threatened by climate disruption.
Poverty is increasing, and the gap between rich and poor is widening. And it is apparent that increased material wealth has not produced the personal fulfillment human beings so long for. In addition, the global economic downturn that began in 2008 could be evidence of a system on the verge of breakdown.
How did this happen? Given all the ways economic and social progress are measured, why did we not see this coming? Perhaps it's because the way we measure progress doesn't really measure progress at all.
Gross domestic product, GDP, is supposed to be a measure of everything, puts a value on everything that's been produced in an economy within a year's time. But what that doesn't measure is the fact that in order to achieve that gross domestic product, there's also a lot of destruction of natural wealth. And one can in fact say that the greater the GDP of a country is, measured conventionally, the more natural wealth, either in that place or globally, has been destroyed.
Sustainability is the ability of the current generation to meet its needs without compromising the ability of future generations to meet theirs. Since 1972, the United Nations Environment Programme has been periodically reporting on the Earth's vital signs, and the conclusion: in every natural domain, the Earth is under very severe stress.
Humanity has been continuously increasing its resource demand to the extent that by the mid-80s, we've started to use more than what nature can regenerate. And by 2007, humanity used about 30% more than what nature can renew. So we have been in global overshoot.
Overshoot can be thought of as living off of your credit card. Humanity's living off its ecological credit card. If we use more than nature can keep up with, we actually start to erode natural capital that life depends on.
Currently, if everyone on Earth lived as North Americans do, we'd need 5 Earths. For everyone to live as Europeans do would take 3 Earths. In other regions, people are living beyond the capacity of 1 Earth as well. China and India are presently living just under the 1 Earth level. But given the rapid industrialization and economic growth of both countries, that's sure to change.
One of the consequences of our modern way of life is the increasing amount of carbon dioxide in the Earth's atmosphere, caused primarily by the burning of fossil fuels.
This really isn't about polar bears anymore. At this very moment, the fate of civilization itself hangs in the balance. It turns out that the way we've been calculating the future impacts of climate change up to now has been missing a really important piece of the picture. It seems that we are now dangerously close to the tipping point in the world's climate systems.
Tipping point means that, in the context of climate change, that after a certain temperature rise and certain other impacts on the global ecosystem, certain things change that cannot be moved back.
While people are becoming increasingly aware of the effects of climate change, what's not as well known is the impact we are having on other species.
We are in the midst of a mass extinction, but the news has not reached the general public. They are utterly unaware that the sacred and talismanic and heartbreakingly loved companions of ours on this earth are about to disappear forever. They will not return. African lions are on the absolute verge of extinction. There are only 20,000 left. That's down 90% in the past few decades. Every species and subspecies of tiger on the planet is on the absolute verge of extinction. Elephants, down 90% in the past century. 90% of all large fish are gone from the oceans. Scientists, oceanographers were astounded and panicked by what they found. Half of all species of life may be extinct in 50 years. And what this means is that we don't have 50 years to solve this problem. We don't have 20 years. We have a decade